I just wanted to take a moment to discuss a little bit of fun facts about caffeine as it relates to sports performance. So I'm going to run through a couple topics and try to get as quickly through these points and summary as I can. So firstly, I'll go through the assumed benefits, and I say assumed benefits because these are things that have been strongly supported but may not apply to everybody. Firstly, ingestion of caffeine has been seen to have a positive correlation between increasing muscle strength and increasing muscle power. And generally speaking, this is because motor unit recruitment is increased because catecholamines are increased, which means that calcium is released faster from the sarcoplasmic reticulum, meaning that muscles can fire faster with less rest time and a greater amount at a time. So that has had a lot of positive research around it. Caffeine is extremely quickly absorbed by the body, which is super helpful. Peak blood volumes, plasma levels are usually between 45 and 60 minutes. So you can take it as your pre-workout. And then, you know, by the time you get to the gym or by the time you're warmed up for your training session, it is a high quality ready for you to work out. Lastly, caffeine is hydrophobic, which means that it can quickly cross membranes within the cells in your body, which allows your body to use it very quickly, which is another awesome thing. A couple disadvantages. According to the United States Olympic Committee, some side effects, if you are ingesting more than 500 milligrams a day, which is 8 to 10 cups of coffee, which is a lot of caffeine, gastrointestinal problems, mental confusion, trouble sleeping, anxiety, jitters, increased heart rate, possible arrhythmias within the heart as well if contractility is increased to such a rate that your muscle cannot keep up. So whether that's skeletal muscle or cardiac muscle, there have been some issues and arrhythmias in both of those. In addition, types of athletes that caffeine can be beneficial for, definitely endurance athletes, as caffeine increases the metabolism, increases lipolysis, which is increasing the thermogenic response, which means that plasma, free fatty acids are increased. So prolonged exercise can occur. High intensity exercise has been thought to be increased in the work output of anaerobic settings. Military personnel can use the caffeine generally of 600 milligrams and above, which is pretty high. That would be considered banned by the NCAA. Very, very high amounts, but to keep them up overnight for missions. Caffeine is a banned substance by the NCAA, mainly because it is thought to be a stimulant and to increase that performance at levels that are not fair, athletically speaking. Though they do have a limit. Again, if you are drinking roughly 8 to 10 cups of coffee within a 1 hour period, you could potentially be positive on a drug test. But 1.5 mcg per milliliters in urine is considered a positive drug test for the NCAA. And then lastly, just where research kind of is right now, caffeine definitely increases muscle firing and release of lots of cellular ions, catecholamines, neurotransmitters. Doses higher than 3 milligrams per kilogram in the body are likely more effective. Athletes benefit the most, and habitual users of caffeine may potentially have a higher tolerance and therefore need a higher amount of caffeine to see performance changes. So that's all I have for you today. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you use caffeine safely.